concluding emergency funds and your cash flow statement. Because of those changes that we're recommending, it appears that you'll be able to improve your cash flow, your discretionary cash flow, from a negative 4,920 this year, 2013, and improve it to $5,078 or more. So that's quite an improvement as long as you follow what we recommend, and we hope to put you onto that course. Going into the area of risk management, first I want to talk about a very important area, which is life insurance, because as I mentioned before in the summary letter, this is meant to replace the income from the person that has passed, the decedent. And it's meant to not only provide for the successors' future, but also for their retirement as well. Plus, it could also provide for the educational expenses for Becky if either one of you, or if possible, both of you, were to pass prematurely. And lastly, it can also be used for one's final expenses. Okay, so in using a number of different methods, we basically did a triangulation of using 3 different insurance calculation methods to determine your insurance needs. We used what's known as the needs-based approach, which looks at how much do you need to cover future expenses and so on. We used the human life value approach, which considers how much the deceased person would have earned had they continued living. And then lastly, we look at the capital retention approach, which considers the amount that one would have provided during their lifetime had they been allowed to live it out and earn, but at the same time to provide some kind of an estate, to keep intact some kind of estate which they could pass on to future generations. So in using those 3 methods, we find that, Tyler, we would like you to take out a term policy that will cover your next 20 years, which is your remaining income generating period. And we'd like you to take out a term policy of $1.4 million to protect both Mia and Becky and other beneficiaries that you have. Mia, using similar methods, we would like you to take out a term policy also of 20 years that will provide additional benefits of around $300,000. Okay. Now, one of the reasons why we chose term policy is that it is lower cost insurance, and it covers you to help make up for the deceased person's income that they would have generated had they continued living and earning. Okay. And if we were able to get those kinds of policies for you, we got some low cost rates, and the premium would be the annual premium for you, Tyler, to provide $1.4 million in coverage for the next 20 years to Mia and to Becky is just $1,200 per year. And for you, Mia, to provide around $300,000 in additional coverage over the next 20 years, that would only be around $300 per year. So that's definitely something that we recommend that you have in place. Okay. Concerning your disability insurance, we covered a little bit of this in the summary letter to start off our discussion today, but mainly because there is a gap of time from in months 4, 5, 6, and 7 from the time that Tyler's long-term coverage of 60% of salary and bonus begins, and then starting in month 7, in month 8, when Social Security benefits of 25% of earnings approximately should begin. To cover that shortfall, we suggest that you have saved up approximately 25% of 4 months of Tyler's covered income to compensate for the gap in coverage between the end of his short-term insurance benefits period and the start of Social Security benefits. This could be done in 2 years if you made annual payments of around $4,373. This would be a good way to provide for your disability coverage, yet at the same time maintain liquid savings and build up your emergency fund for such an emergency disability income shortfall. Mia, we recommend that you switch your long-term policy to an own occupation policy and to replace the modified own occupation policy through your employer. That way, the benefits are a little more liberal. They'll cover you in more circumstances, while a modified own occupation policy is a lot more strict. And because of any disability you may have, if you're able to work in other manners, your benefits may either be reduced or you may not get any benefits at all. So therefore, we encourage you to make such a change. Both of your health insurance policies through your employers are very good, so we don't recommend any changes there. Concerning your homeowner's insurance policy, we would like to see you increase your liability limit to a minimum of $300,000 or more. This will add about $250 annually to your policy premium, which isn't all that much. And we also recommend that you try to include key personal valuables within your homeowner's policy, such as jewelry, collectibles. Tyler, I know you like to play a lot of golf, and Amia, you're picking that up, so your golf equipment, artwork, and other home furnishings. Concerning your automobile insurance, you have sufficient coverages. However, to reduce your monthly premiums, you may want to consider increasing your deductible from $500 to $1,000. But as of this moment, your coverages are fine, and it appears that we have been able to find other ways to improve your cash flow by lowering your discretionary cash outflows. So perhaps you may not have to worry so much about reducing your auto insurance premiums. You may want to consider a personal umbrella policy or PUP policy to insure against any liabilities that may exceed coverage provided by your homeowners and auto policy. Generally, you should get umbrella coverage that is equal to at least your net worth. Currently, you have a net worth that is approaching $900,000 and growing. So if you were to purchase a minimum of $1 million worth of umbrella PUP coverage, it should cost no more than $300 annually. Something to consider. And then in the area of the boat, you currently have no coverage on that boat, so we recommend that you get adequate liability and collision coverage, comprehensive coverage, and for the boat, and this will cost around $200 per year. And also, to try to lower your boat premiums on the insurance, we suggest that you take a boating safety course. You may want to consider joining watercraft associations, for they often offer lower cost insurance or discounted insurance. And now into the area of long-term care. If you were to take advantage of this, it's good that you do that now, because the cost of long-term care insurance increases dramatically as one ages. Long-term care basically takes care of all of your daily needs, especially when you are rather elderly, the needs that you yourself would not be able to handle yourself, such as perhaps dressing, relieving oneself, and so on, and also other provisions. It's generally not offered by HMOs or other providers. However, if you do not have it, then it could easily wipe out all of your savings because healthcare is so expensive. So what we would do is suggest that you look into a policy that provides 3 years worth of coverage and a daily benefit of $150 per day. Uh, and and this policy for both of you, they would give you that kind of coverage would be only $120 per month. But that is something that we suggest that you take advantage of, especially while you're younger. So that pretty much includes our recommendations concerning insurance and risk management.